Good morning. This is Ron Brown again. It's January 2nd, 2023. I'm going to take this discussion a little bit further with integrating HGSI with thinkorswim, and I want to show you why I chose a couple of the smart groups for you to paste into thinkorswim every day. Once again, any stock index or ETF mentioned in this presentation is not a recommendation to buy or sell. All trading strategies are used at your own risk. This is not going to be a long video, but I want to show you something, and I want to show you why I retain some of these groups in my non-index groups. They're non-indexed because all of the indexes are removed from this file every day to increase the updating speed of HGSI. If all the indexes were left in, it would take forever to update all these. So that's why I call them non-indexed. Anyway, I'm going to concentrate on a couple of groups that I suggested you add to thinkorswim for prospecting every day. I'm going to do stocks and groups up and the top 100 raw combo stocks. These are all high raw relative strength and raw, I'm going to say raw group strength, but that's not necessarily true. They're all high relative strength stocks at the time they were put into these files. What I'm going to do in this exercise is go into my user smart groups, my add-on list, go down to HGSI box stocks and click on that. And I'm going to transfer to a warehouse view. And now I have to clear the filter. And you can see there are 617 box stocks. Now I'm going to sort on the percentage price change beginning of the year. And you can see that although it was a miserable year in the market for many stocks, there were also others that performed very well. And I'm using the all box stocks because these are stocks with consistent earnings growth. If you look over here to the industry column, you can see there's a lot of marine shipping, oil, biotech, and so on at the top of the list. And look at some of these returns, pretty staggering if you were in the right stocks. One thing I want to point out here is look at the current relative strength of these stocks, all in the 90s. Accumulation is not strong on all of them right now, but relative strength rankings do not change all that much over time. The last quarter of the year is assigned 40% of the rank, and the other 3 quarters are given 20%. So when you have a low accumulation, it means some of these stocks have performed really well over a year's time, but currently they're not performing so well. So let's just bring this stock up and take a look at it. And you can see that it really performed well. This is a daily chart, but now it's been under distribution, so it has an E rank. But what I want to do is I'm going to arbitrarily take the top 25 stocks, and I'm going to make a group out of them. I'm going to do an alternate G, and I'll call this top 25 HGS box stocks, and 25 of them. And it's creating the group. And now I'm going to go under File, and I'm going to save the list as, and I'm going to put it in my Downloads folder, and just top 25 HGS box stocks. Going to save it there, and I'm going to go into my filters. I will type in symbol list. Let me just type in symbol. Here's what I'm looking for. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to clear the filter, and I'm going to load those 25 stocks from my downloads folder. And Here they are, and I'll click on OK. So I have a filter which contains these 25 symbols. Now, I don't expect you to do this. There's no reason for you to do it. What I'm looking for is the number of appearances of these stocks in those two smart groups, which I track and save every day. So I'm going to go to my designer. You can see that the filter is selected 25 securities. The 26th security was not a security, it was an index. So there are 25 in here. Now I'm going to go up here and click on this arrow and select the groups that I want to compare those 25 stocks to. So I'm going to deselect this one. This is a group I just made. I'm going into my non-index groups. I'm going to select stocks and groups moving up, and it's going to select these for the entire year. I will check children, and then I'm going to go to the top 100 raw combo stocks. Check children, which means it's checking all of the stocks in the subgroups. Now I'm going to go ahead. I don't need to make a group from this report. I'm just going to run this. And then we're going to take a look at the stocks that appeared the most. What's here? This is VIST, Exploration and Protection. It appeared 349 times in stocks and groups moving up and stocks and groups moving up 1 to 15. And if I go scroll on down, you can see at this point, leaders, raw relative strength, raw group rank. This is clear back on January 7th on the raw relative strength. And it appeared on January 4th in the stocks and groups moving up $1 to $15 on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th, 11th, and so on. So that's 1 year ago. So let's take a look at VIST. Just sort on symbols, and I'll make this chart a little bit larger, and I'll zoom in some more. Okay, 1 right here. I'll put a crosshair on there. I'll try zooming in some here. 1121, so 122. Back in this area is where it was appearing in the stocks and groups moving up. And at the same time, I'm going to have to get back to that. Leaders raw relative strength that started to appear on the 7th, and then the 10th, the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th through the 18th. So let's say the 7th, and then it disappeared for a few days. So here is the 7th right here. And then it moved up here. It disappeared for a few days, and then it started appearing again. And then it moved up and then went into a consolidation mode. Fell back down. And then let's take a look here. The date on this down in the corner is July 25th. Let's see when it started appearing again in that time period. So July 25th, it started appearing in the stocks and groups moving to the upside. 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. And how about the raw relative strength in July? Nothing. Well, there was one in July on the 1st, and then it fell out until August 1st. But you can see by using both of these, it's going to catch these stocks. Okay, August. Let's take a look at the chart again. Okay, here's the 1st of August. So it did not, because it pulled back so much, it lost its relative strength ranking, or it didn't appear in that group, I should say. But on this date, the 25th, 26th, and 27th of July, I'm going to go back up here. 25th, right here, it started appearing in the stocks and groups moving to the upside. All those dates, and that was happening right here. So you can see that that smart group does an exceptional job of locating stocks when they're starting to move, and once they gain their relative strength rank, remember this is over a year's time period for the RS rank, comparing it to all the other stocks in the database. When the relative strength builds up again, then it'll appear in that groups also. Now, I'm not going to bore you going through a whole bunch of stocks, but I want to look at one more, and you'll get the idea. Why don't I just scroll? Let's scroll down to the bottom. Okay, here is one using the top 25 that only appeared 24 times. Okay, so let's go in here. INSW, International Seaways. Bring that. Okay, it didn't start appearing until September 2nd. There are several instances in September, and this is in the stocks and groups moving to the upside, and then it didn't appear in high relative strength leaders until 9/26. So let's look at 9/02. Right here. So it didn't appear during this period here, but it did appear in this group. Remember, these groups only take the top 100 stocks. They're limited to the top 100 stocks when they're generated every day. And they're driven by a combo ranking. So this is 9.6? No, 9.2. So it appeared right here on this move. If I use my alternate A key, or actually click up here and go from this point to the high, that was a 53.7% move over 46 days. Of course, you would have to time it perfectly, but the thing is, this is a beautiful move up here. And then look at all these negative VPA flags which started appearing. These are warnings to get out. And it dropped considerably from the 48. Now, as far as the relative strength, that didn't appear until 9/26, which is in here. So you wouldn't consolidation, but there was still a big run after that. My point is, if you put these groups into thinkorswim every day, run the smart groups, put them in there, it's going to give you candidates every day. I was only going to do one more. That was going to be my last one, but let me do one more. Okay, I'm going to move up to this one, Tusk, which appeared 87 times, started appearing in August, and then it skipped for nearly a whole month, and then it started appearing in October, November, December, in the stocks and groups moving to the upside, and it was a leader beginning in October. So 10/19, stocks and groups moving up, and then it became a leader on 10.6. So let's go back here. Stocks and groups moving up. I'm going to just look at 10.19 and then the 24th and so on. TUSK. Wow. Talk about a volatile stock. Okay. Look at this VPA signal, a warning. Here's another warning. And look what happened here. And then look at these positive VPA flags. And it moved up again. So what did I say? Let's look at the 10.19 or 10.24. Where were we then? Here's 10.19 right here before this big move up here, and then 10.24 is right here, and then it ran into problems. Once again, there were plenty of VPA flag warnings. And then let's take a look here around the 12th of December. Let's see if it appeared again. Started appearing again on 12/12. So you can see how sensitive this combo is to locating these stocks. Here it started appearing again. That's 11/21. Here's 12/12 right here if you look down at this corner. Started appearing again in stocks and groups moving up and had a big move. I think you get the idea. These smart groups work. The stocks and groups moving up is the first place Gil Morales looks every day when using HGSI. These are combos I created 15 years ago, something like that, but they work. So remember, these are generated at the end of the day. Make sure there's no filter on them, and just look in your add-on list, all user smart groups, and just copy the ones you want in. You don't have to do all these. I do them because I'm still experimenting, and I believe most of these are valid, but definitely do the leaders and the stocks and groups moving up and the stocks and groups moving up 1 to 15, which is 4A. So I'm going to just copy symbols to clipboard, and I'll bring thinkorswim up. It's number 3. It's a relative strength combo. Just click on that, edit it, import, paste, replace, save, and there they are. And you have plenty of stocks to look at. Obviously, when they show up in the stocks and groups moving up, and by the way, I've already updated this for tomorrow. Look for the ones, well, that one's a little gone. As you flip through these, look for the ones that are coming out of a base and have potential to go a lot higher. What is this? 9, just out of curiosity, 9 on around the middle of December. Let's go back and look at that sheet. I'll do a Control F. I guess 9 wasn't in the top 25 there. Sorry, I thought it was. But going back to the chart, you want to find them. If they're appearing in the group, you want to find them like right here, the 3 crossing the 6, or a little flag right here, and then the move up. Or if it's showing up down here. Just play with it, and I guarantee you, you're going to find the stocks in groups that are moving by looking at the stocks and groups moving up, and then you're going to find the higher relative strength in the RS combo, group number 3, and you're going to find you'll find that a lot of them are in both groups. That's it. Have a happy new year, and thanks for listening. This is a little bit disjointed, but I just want to point out the reason I am integrating all this stuff with thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is a great platform. It's free. It integrates beautifully with HGSI. You don't need to go out and buy a bunch of other software. It's all here for you. Thank you for listening, and Happy New Year once again.